They knew this before Revelation, but no one took it seriously. They knew this before the last book of the Bible was ever written, before they heard the trumpets on Patmos, before Daniel deciphered the king's dream. One man saw the end of everything. He recorded every detail, but it is the uncomfortable truth. No one took it seriously. They called it mythology, they called it folklore, and they ignored the warnings while the world walked exactly into the abyss he described. Welcome to the Forbidden Bible. Tonight, we are decoding what Enoch saw, why this knowledge was sealed, and why your world today is, piece by piece, the fulfillment of what he warned would happen. If you are new here, subscribe and tap the bell. What you will discover today is not history. It is a spiritual survival manual for our generation. The world thinks the end is a mystery, but the map was drawn millennia ago. What Enoch predicted is not a distant destiny. It is your present. Stay until the end, because the seventh point is not just about judgment. It is about how you survive it. Deparam forgetfulness. The warning no one wanted to hear. Enoch wrote that the world would return to the state of Noah's era, not just in sin, but in a specific form of blindness. They ate, they drank, they married, and they ignored the prophet. Why did no one take it seriously? Because routine is humanity's greatest narcotic. Today, we see the same pattern. Wars, economic collapse, nature is raging yet, most live as if nothing is changing. Jesus confirmed this pattern in Matthew 24. Ignorance is not an accident, it is a choice. The warning was given, the evidence was presented, but humanity prefers the comfort of normalcy to the responsibility of the truth. The first sign that the end is near is not chaos, it is total indifference to it. 2. The tech of the Watchers, forbidden knowledge. He packaged what Enoch described as charms. The cutting of roots was, in reality, interference from beings that didn't belong to the earth, teaching humanity to manipulate creation. Today, we don't call them charms. We call them CRISPR, genetic editing, transhumanism. The essence is the same, the ambition to hack life and ignore the divine boundaries. Enoch saw that this technical advancement would not bring utopia, but total corruption. We are rebuilding digital towers of Babel, convinced that we are the architects of our own destiny. But Enoch knew, every knowledge that excludes the fear of the Creator is a code for self-destruction. 3. The silent apostasy, the erosion of truth. Enoch predicted a time when the hearts of the faithful would grow cold, not because of external persecution, but because of internal convenience. He described a world where truth would be obscured. Look at our culture today. Truth is not being banned by law, it is being replaced by opinions and comfort. Historic cathedrals are now cafes. The sacred has become optional. Paul called this apostasia defection. It is not a frontal attack on faith, it is a silent emptying of its meaning. The real danger is not the world hating God, it is the church forgetting who he is, trading reverence for cultural relevance. 4. The blindness of prosperity, the deception of security. Why did no one take Enoch seriously? Because the world was prosperous when he warned them. The same is happening now. We live in the era of the greatest material comfort in human history. Skyscrapers touch the clouds, information is in the palm of our hand, and this creates a false sense of invincibility. Enoch saw that at the peak of human glory, the foundation would begin to crack. History teaches us that the moment a civilization feels safest is exactly when it is most vulnerable. Prosperity without purpose is the perfect trap. While the world prides itself on its achievements, Enoch reminds us that everything built outside of God's purpose is fuel for the fire to come. 5. Chaos as the language of judgment. Enoch described the heavens trembling and the earth groaning. Men read this as a metaphor. Today's reality shows it is literal. Ecosystems collapsing, climate instability, seismic shocks that feel like a response from creation itself. These aren't just natural disasters. They are the signals of a system being powered down to be reset. Nature is reacting to the presence of corruption. Just as the floodwaters were the answer to sin, the fire Enoch saw is the answer to the final rebellion. The chaos around you isn't a sign that God has lost control, but that He is beginning to take the reins back. 6. The hidden remnant, an identity the world does need to understand. In the midst of all this darkness, Enoch saw something unexpected. A group, small and often despised, that stood firm. He called them the elect. They aren't the famous ones, they aren't the ones controlling the cultural narratives, but they are the only ones keeping the line. While the world bows to false idols, they bow only to the king. Enoch assured that their names are recorded. That changes everything. If you feel like you don't fit in this world, if the pursuit of truth isolates you from the crowd, you are not lost. You are being prepared. The world may ignore the warning, but heaven keeps a detailed record of who stood on the side of the truth. 7. The purifying fire. The end that is a new beginning. It is the part they didn't want to hear. The fire is not to destroy creation, it is to purify it. Enoch's vision culminates in a new earth, where corruption has no space. Judgment is not God's final act. It is the necessary cleaning for a new beginning. Enoch knew that for justice to prevail, everything rotten must be consumed. What remains, what is built on the rock, will not only survive but shine. The end is not a death sentence for the righteous. It is the final liberation from a system that was never designed to last. The ultimatum. Enoch wrote these warnings not to leave us in fear, but to wake us from a deep sleep. They didn't take him seriously back then. He each cost the generation of Noah everything. The warning is available again. The question isn't whether the prophecies are the true reality confirms them every single day. The question is, where are you positioned? Are you building your life on the shifting sands of today's culture, or are you the only ark that will withstand the fire? The time for passive observation is over. This moment demands an alignment. The truth has been revealed. The blueprint is clear. What you do with this information is the only thing that will actually matter when the clock hits zero. The choice is yours, and the time, as Enoch predicted, is short. God bless you, and see you in the next chapter of this revelation.